Hmm. Oh. Yes!
Alright. Welcome to the stream, and let's get wandering. This is Jupiter Exile, and this game is Am I Nima? I saw this game being shared on YouTube by ManlyBadassHero, the name of the channel, and it looked intriguing, so I only watched like the first 3 minutes of his gameplay, and then I downloaded this demo to give it a look. We're gonna boot this up and check it out. I presume that we are not Nima. I left my coffee. I refilled my coffee and then I got up, came back without it. Ah! I can't game without coffee. Dark, cold, endless, and utterly serene. The perfect undulating prison for you to spend eternity. An irritating yet familiar voice scratches at your brain, and you find yourself violently awoken by a mysterious figure. It worked. You're breathing. The air is cold and stagnant. The walls that surround you provide the room with a distinct lack of natural light. You are underground. Dozens of boxes overflowing with trinkets bring a strange sense of comfort. That comfort dissipates as you realize you're tied to the chair you're sitting in. A bungee cord holds your head up. The stranger stands across the room, hesitating to approach. Nima, is that you? Words in your brain can be combined to unlock new words. Who is Nima? Am I Nima? Just tell her whatever she wants to hear. If we combine stranger and Nima, we gain the word mom. When you're done, words can be dragged from your brain down to your mouth to unlock new dialogue options. Is mom a stranger? Mom and stranger is Nima. Mom, Nima, stranger seems like that's all I have to work with. Nima, stranger becomes mom. Mom? What's going on? Wait, yes, it's all coming back to you now. You are Nima Lee, and this is your mother, Annabelle Lee. Mom breathes a sigh of relief and smiles. Oh, thank God, I thought I'd lost you. She excitedly steps forward, but stops herself just short of throwing her arms around you in an embrace. She pauses. Lost me? Mom shudders. Let me bring you some food first. You must be starving. Mom exits the basement, excitedly clambering her way up the stairs. I hope she trips and cracks her skull. Thanks, Mom. I don't know what that voice is yet, but I saw it in Manly Badass Hero's video. A sopping wet bowl of slop is gently presented to you. The odor, reminiscent of wet dog and dirty socks, is masked by overwhelming amounts of soy sauce. Your nose begins to shrivel like a worm left out in the sun. Mom unties your hands, but leaves your waist and head fastened to the chair. With some effort, you can now eat your gruel. She places a small, dull spoon in your now free hand. She's even uglier up close. Okay, Nima, before you eat, we need to have a little talk. There was an accident. Your memories may have been affected, and I want to ensure you're okay before everything goes back to normal. You're going to be living and sleeping in the basement for now. Can you untie me? You're tied up for your own safety. If you fall unconscious, I don't want you to fall and hurt yourself. Just follow her rules, and then we'll be free. You're not a prisoner. This is just a controlled environment for you to heal in, okay? You look at the bowl of food and then back up at her. You try to nod, but your head just bounces in your binds. Alright, so starting tomorrow, I'm going to be bringing you items. I want you to think of how these items make you feel, if they bring back any memories. I want to say real quick, I really love the sound design. The, that background music is nice. For now, let's start with something simple as an example. She takes the bowl of gruel and pushes it towards you. What does this kanji make you think of? You can start to eat while we talk if you like. You hesitate, looking down at the bowl and back at her. Although she claims there are no wrong answers, you know that is not true. She's looking for a specific response. Let's see. What do we think about the kanji? What can we combine with it? Firstly, disgust. Kanji is disgusting. We're hungry. Are we hungry for anything else? Hungry Nima, thinking about food. Wait, hunger and mom makes us think about science? Why does hunger and mom make us think about science? Are we disgusted by our mother? We're disgusted by her food. Is this kanji a science experiment? Who knows? What's our mother is a scientist. Yes. She's a scientist. Her kanji is a science experiment? Is that what we're getting to? Wait. Oh, our disgust towards hunger makes us think about indulgence. Is our mom indulgent? Maybe not. Are we disgusted by a scientist, perhaps? That doesn't connect. Kanji is the food that disgusts us. Can I get rid of these? I can right-click to remove redundant words. Hunger, mom, Nima. Are we science-related? No. Are we some kind of experiment? I need 2 copies of kanji. Let me see. Disgust is my most straightforward thought. I'm remembering, though, that you're a scientist, not a cook. A science project. What else can we think of? Wait, hungry is in green. And disgust is in green. These must be things that are acceptable to say. I can think about family dinners. What if I bring up family dinners? Maybe green things are things that make the scene progress. Reminds me of family dinners. Your mother perks up at this. Oh, good. That would have been a long time ago, but that's a good sign. You have some long-term memories. Look at this little science project. Is this a specimen? It's what's for dinner. It looks like it's ready to jump out of the bowl. This is kanji. It's food. You eat it. It's not a lie. Just eat it and you'll figure it out, I hope. Oh. Words that we've already used. Some of the words here on the left are no longer outlined in green. I can push forward indulgence and say that's it. I can be ungrateful if I want to. Wait. Indulgence in food makes me think about guts and growth? What do I think about guts? I'm not hungry for guts. Starvation? Am I not growing enough? Hmm. Disgust, starvation, indulgence, starvation, food, happiness. I don't know if I'm happy right now. Uh, Growth and happiness is related to birth. Birth, mom, Nima. Am I an experiment? Zombies indulge in guts. I can say brain? That doesn't seem like a good thing to say. Hmm. I can say that I'm hungry. Hungry and starvation don't go together. Hunger and zombie take us to blood, where I can think. I don't think I want to expand on those in front of mom. Let's just bring forth our disgust. Despite every fiber of your being screaming at you not to, you bravely force a single spoon of piping hot congee down your throat. Overwhelmed by the pungent taste of mom's unconventional methodology of cooking, you spit it back out. Better to starve to death than endure another mouthful of this over-seasoned nightmare. Unsurprisingly, Mom looks away in shame and apologizes for the culinary travesty before you. I guess my cooking hasn't improved then. I'm sorry, Mom, I can't eat this. Well, you have to eat something. Can we order takeout? She cringes. The notion of spending money on greasy fast food when there is perfectly fine congee at home seems to cause her physical anguish. You know what? I have some Burgess Burger coupons upstairs. I've been saving them for a special occasion. To be determined if she'll actually remember to do this. She's going to feed us, right? You yawn. The bowl of congee certainly chased away your appetite. Now you'd prefer to find a nice den to crawl inside and sleep. Mom sets the bowl aside and lets out a long sigh. She stares at you intently, preparing for something. How much of the accident do you remember? You shake your head. Some things come to you, but as far as you're concerned, everything that happened before you woke up in this basement feels like a dream. You were swimming. You hit your head. You're lucky I was able to rescue you. You clutch your head as a bolt of pain travels from the top of your cranium down your spine. You're in a lot of pain. Oh, I accidentally overlaid that with swimming and got a rock? Rock, pain, blood, rock. Swimming. Swimming scientists would be marine biologists. What? Nima? Swimming? It made me happy. Kanji's painful. Starvation's pain. A kind of pain called neglect. Are we neglected? We'd be sad if we were neglected. Are we sad about being bloody? Maybe about being in pain. Tears. Likely story. A memory surges to you. You recall looking up at your mother's stony face. In her hand, she clutches a small, sharp knife designed to cut through flesh and organs. Your mother looks worried as she reaches out to console you. You recoil away from her. Maybe we should talk about this later. Tomorrow the real tests will begin. You pass those, and you'll be free to leave the basement, and everything can return to normal. How am I supposed to pass if I can barely remember anything? I suppose it's only fair if you have a chance to ask me some questions in return. There's a shuddering pain racking your brain. You're almost spent for the day. Choose your next words carefully. What do you want to know? Am I a zombie? I can ask if I'm a zombie. I can ask if I like fish. What about guts? I can't ask about guts. Am I a zombie? No, you're Nima. Are you sure? You're not a drooling undead monster. You're talking coherently, you're self-aware, and you look the same as before the accident. Did that line seem rehearsed to you? That's a relief. I don't want to be like that freezer boy from Rocky Horror. I don't think I could stand that much dancing. Okay, somewhat coherent, but you're mostly fine. Your eyelids are growing heavy. You're running out of energy. Anything else you want to ask me about? I can't ask about neglect. Oh, but neglect and pain becomes grief. Pain, you hurt me. Do I like fish? Are you happy I'm okay? I can ask about swimming. Grief. I can ask about Dad. Where's Dad? Where's Dad? Your mother looks down at her hands. Dad's not here. What do you remember about him? You search your mind for anything that you can recall about your father. I don't have the word dad, just the word grief. How does that combine with grief? And Nima combines for dad. Dad and mom combine for Nima. Nima and dad combine for sad. Dad and neglect don't combine. Dad happy doesn't combine. Dad blood doesn't combine. He's probably alive then. Is he also a scientist? Is Dad a marine biologist? Dad must be a marine biologist. The memory that returns isn't an event or story, but a smell. He smells like fish. Your mom's stony face cracks into a smile, then she laughs. Yeah, he did. You yawn, and your mother takes notice. Nima, sweetie, don't you think it's time to go to bed? I appear to be in a lot of pain. I just have one more question. What do you want to ask? Let's see. I can ask about being hungry. I could ask about fish. I feel like the fish question is leading into the dad answer that I managed to find. Swimming made me happy. Dad isn't a stranger. Fossil. Mom is mom that kind of, is she an archaeologist? I guess that's mom's profession. Then it's maybe a little less likely that I'm a zombie in that case. Monster. Am I a monster? Rebirth. Nima is the kind of monster that is reborn? Nima's disgusted by guts. Nima's a bit hungry. Nima's in pain. Water caused pain. Wait, rebirth and fish brings us to Nima? I can't ask about that directly. Monster. Monster fish. James Pond? Did I have a toy? Isn't there something missing? There's this fish-shaped hole in your heart you can't explain. Or is it just a fish-shaped hole in my stomach? There's a lot missing, sweetie. We're going to put it back together again. James Pond is a peculiar idea. Does it make us happy? Yes, we like James Pond. Rebirth. Monster. You nod. The pain surging through your brain terminates with a sudden pull of the plug. Your eyes cut to blindness, and then you feel your body fall forward to be caught by the ropes fastening you to the chair. You flicker in and out of consciousness as rogue bolts of electricity wiggle your neurons. Mom hums a familiar song. A pair of tender arms bear the full weight of your malnourished and sickly form. You are lowered onto a lumpy mattress, tucked in routinely and without indulgence. Whoever carried you here was hesitant to do so. Her acts of mothership seem little more than a performance. Despite that, you feel a gentle hand lovingly caress the side of your face, and once again the world goes dark. Intriguing so far. What will we learn if we cross the words life and fossil? Ugh, my head hurts. This is my room. I barely remember it. How can we access life? Perhaps blood? I thought birth was available to us. Fossil. Birth. Fish. Morella? Who's Morella? Is Morella a stranger? Fear. We fear Morella? Or repression? Pretending. I think Mom is pretending. Happy. Mom is pretending to be happy. Was there a swimming monster? Are we a swimming monster? Where'd the word monster go? This isn't in, I can sort this. I don't have anything prophetic yet. Nature. Life and death. A shark is a kind of swimming monster. Interesting. Let's clear out my brain for a moment and look around the room. What's he so happy about? Oh, whale. Pisses me off. A penguin. I wonder if they're ever jealous of the birds in the sky. Doesn't seem that bad. I think he's faking it. This human looks strange. Life. That's a word we were looking for. Objects. Body and health. Fossil. That's a VHS. You recall a day in the summer that could have been any day. You're alone in the baking heat of your house, waiting for your mother to return. The AC broke at some point. Now you hide from the light, drawing all the curtains tight and clutching a small whirring fan in your hand. In this darkness and heat, you shuffle around like a ghost, cleaning dishes over and over just for something to do to pass the time. You wet your hands in lukewarm water and stick them to the back of the freezer. Most of all, you wonder what you did wrong, what you did to deserve this loneliness. Suddenly you hear your doorbell, and you half slide, half run your way to the door. At the door, instead of your mother, you find Pearl. She smiles at you and offers you a bag filled with sports drinks, cold food, and ice cream. "Hello, Nima. I brought some things for you and your mother." You were sad to tell the retirement home you couldn't work there anymore. Your mother needed your help more. Now you and Pearl had your roles switched. She started looking after you instead of the other way around. We used to look after Pearl at the retirement home. It was strange, considering she was nowhere near your age, but you wondered if this was what having a friend felt like. "Thanks, Pearl." You greedily took the bag from her and extracted a package of cold peas. You balanced them on the top of your head to relieve the baking sensation on your brain. "You want to come in and play a board game? We have chess, checkers, and mahjong." "Oh, I always have time to beat you at mahjong. Is your mother home?" "She's at work right now." "You're not with her? I thought you were her lab assistant." "I am. She comes back here once in a while and I give her a new lunchbox and a change of fresh clothes." True to her word, she won at mahjong, and won again as you tried to regain your honor. "That's all? You just hand off supplies and she leaves? I thought she was taking you up the mountain." "Yeah, but that was before." The image of the shale fossil still lingered in your mind. That day you found it, you were so happy you couldn't get yourself to stop smiling. And when you looked down, you swore you could see the fossil smiling back. You stopped yourself. "She already took me. Nothing interesting happened. Just saw a bunch of rocks." "Oh, really? Nothing interesting at all?" You shake your head vigorously. You can't risk upsetting your mother any more than you already have. "Fine, fine, but if you ever feel like gossiping, old Pearl's always here to listen." You return to silently playing board games. You remember that she got up in the middle of a game and went over and kicked your AC. You were horrified, but somehow that fixed it. It came sputtering back to life. You were able to turn the lights back on. More than that, you were able to run the oven without the heat spilling out to bake the whole room. You made cookies together, swapped stories, and planned a trip to Vancouver you both knew you'd never be allowed to take. For a moment, she freed you from the heat and the isolation. If only she were here to save you now. Is it July already? Feels like it's been a million years. Tomato Boy is the coolest. I've read all the comics. I wish I could be the powerhouse of the cell. The Nemachondria. Interesting. Science Corps gave us zombie. I did that accidentally. I wish I could shrink down just to see how my dolls live. My old locker, I can't remember the password. 4-letter word. How do we back away from this? I see left clicking on nothing backs us up. A lava lamp. Hot to touch. This water's been sitting out here for a while. I wonder what's living inside it now. This is what my dad looked like. I remember him. Let's see, we've got a lot to work with. Was it always this lumpy? I was not talented at all. Let's see. If I need to think about this password, I wonder what's out there. Am I trapped? Trapped at home. Nima Pretend gives us mirror. Mirror Zombie gives us Remnant. Remnant is a copy. Well, that would be Revenant if it was a copy. Body, Revenant, Corpse. Dad, Corpse, Lonely. Disgust. Wait. Ah, so a disgusting variant of Tomato Boy would be Corpse Lillian. Alright. I see. Water, envy, happiness, time. We envy the sun. Sun time might give us day, home time. Nope, not a thing. Home grief is coffin. Dad bed is lonely. The bathroom is locked. I was his child, and I was her child. In this kingdom by the sea. An aquarium visit. A child's drawing. It vaguely resembles a koi fish. James Pond. Our pet was James Pond. James Pond was Nima's pet. Once again, are we Nima? Ah, books by our mother. Field studies and digging deeper. She spent a long time working on this one. No one even read it. This book is about evolution. I wonder what we'll evolve into. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm a pretty strong swimmer. These fish are trapped in a fake world. Tales from the Uncool Kid, Benson Breyer. This book used to be so relatable. Now I just think he's a loser. 101 dinosaur jokes that'll have your friends roaring. How do dinosaurs pay their bills? With Tyrannosaurus checks. Understanding Paleobiology by Helen Tamerlane. Zhongwen 7. Even after all those years of studying, my Mandarin still sucks. I want to remember this password. Let's see. Can't remember the password. If it's 4 letters, is it related to swimming? Maybe it's about a joke. Let's see. Where's our memory? Let's see. Oh, we accessed pride there. Memory, water, rock, pain. Memory, fish. Swimming, pain, happy, sun. Memory, aquarium, pet. Memory, corpse, Lillian? Nothing. Memory, isolation, Nima. There's no way the password is Nima. That would be quite something. Yeah, that's not it. Forgotten. Can I combine forgotten with memory? That would be too easy, right? Forgotten memory gives us mom? Why does forgotten memory give us mom? Is it because... Oh, how old are we? If I combine Nima age, do I get a number? Paradox. Life, paradox, fossil, paradox, Nima, life, paradox, grief, rebirth, paradox, work, time, immortality, the reason some of these things are connected has got to be peculiar. I guess we got bored of that book. Boring books are homework. Let me see. What could be the password on this? Wait, is the password pond? It opened. Another tomato boy. Oh no, this one is pomegranate prince. This guy is ultra rare. Gotta keep him locked up. Is this my boyfriend, or did I just imagine he was? Who wrote over my diary? Do not trust the woman. Kill her. Well, that doesn't sound good. Should I knock for mom? Not yet. These ugly things go on my feet. Why did I even buy these? They're Brocs, I guess, instead of Crocs. We certainly got things to ask, Mom. Are you awake? Yes. You hear her undo a series of deadbolts, opening the door only a crack for it to be caught by the chain lock and held nearly closed. She studies you. She closes the door. You hear her undo the last chain and open the door again. You didn't clean yourself up. The bathroom door was locked. Her cold demeanor thaws for a moment. Shit. She pounds her head with the palm of her hand. She gestures for you to go sit at the table while she retreats into your room and unlocks the bathroom. Quick, lock her in. You hesitate, weighing the risk of trapping your mother in your prison. She returns, quickly and efficiently. Your bathroom is unlocked. She doesn't take note of you, passing by to ascend the stairs in a staccato of thumps, and exits the basement. You fidget in your chair, wondering if you did something to upset her. She's not buying it. She returns, trundling clumsily down the stairs. She holds the railing to keep herself steady. In her other hand, she carries a large tote bag, bulging with concealed items. All right. She calms down a bit and smiles placidly at you. Good morning, Nima. Good morning. Don't forget to call her Mom. Did you sleep well, Mom? No. Disgusting. She's wearing the same clothes from yesterday. She looks disheveled. It's unclear if she's slept at all. Are you feeling any pain? Yesterday our conversation ended rather abruptly. Your vitals are stable, and you seem to have made a full recovery. Yes, I'm feeling well. Good. She flips up a notebook and makes note of that response. How was your sleep? Any interruptions or strange dreams? Lie to her. Nope. She flips her notebook closed, and the fake smile turns into a real one. You're going to do better today, right? Today is going to be a little different from yesterday. With me, I have some items. All you need to do is tell me how they make you feel. Can you do that for me? Yes. She places a plushie of a shark upon the table in front of you. For some reason, it invokes unfamiliar feelings within. Nostalgia, sorrow, and most intriguingly, love. Now, is there anything this reminds you of? What's the pet fish doing out of his house? This isn't my pet fish, though. This isn't your pet fish, but that's kind of close. Where do fish live? Bowls, the sea? You said pet fish, so where do pet fish live? Aquariums. That's right. And what do aquariums make you think about? Fish. Fish? Nima, no. An aquarium makes me think about Dad. The trip. That's the toy Dad got for me at the aquarium. Can we go? Can we get tickets? Yes, let us out of the bowl. It's not really a good time for that right now. Aw, man. Promise me we'll go sometime, okay? Just like how we used to when Dad was still around. Memories of your father's embrace fill your mind. He's no longer with you, but the plushie still connects the two of you together. Maybe after we're all done here. Does that sound good? Yeah, okay. Mom lets out a melancholic chuckle. It's funny, you used to bring this thing everywhere with you. I remember you never let me take it from you, even to wash it. Your father used to say it was starting to look more like a catfish than a shark. He even considered buying a second one to switch out so he could clean it when you weren't looking. Hey! He never did, don't worry. After he passed, you were even more inseparable. Got a lot in the mental category. You wanted to hold on to anything that reminded you of him. You and Mom share a moment of nostalgic silence, reminiscing on the warmth of a face that fades more and more into memory every single day. Can I combine anything with this obsession? Doesn't look like it. This is a complete thought. Mom lovingly plants her hand on your cheek. I'm just glad I didn't lose both of you. Okay, Nima, let's move on to something else. She pulls out a chunk of rock with a strange formation entombed onto its surface. There's a prismatic glow to the rock, an opalized skeleton frozen in time and then cracked open like an egg. Mother hesitates, unsure if she should show you this thing. Still, she places it on the table and pushes it towards you. What does this remind you of? It's a fossil. Well, it reminds me of the fact that you're a paleontologist. Your work. You have a memory of being at the top of the stairs to the basement, peeking down at your mother while she toiled away down here in her lab. She was looking at this rock, spending all her time with it as if it had enchanted her. She wouldn't let you see what she was working on. Every time you interrupted, she'd tell you firmly to leave. This is the topic of her next research study, a study she's been working on night and day for most of the summer. You spent the whole summer with that fossil. Time got away from me. The memories are all tinged with loneliness and guilt. Your mother had called you her lab assistant, but all you did to help her was cook and clean. Back then, you told yourself you did all that work for love, but now you can't help but feel indignant. Kind of a waste of time, sitting down here in the dark while the summer passes. You touched a nerve with that. She reacts by balling her fists. A steel veil crosses over her eyes. You spoiled brat. You can play and do nothing all summer. Maybe to you this looks like I'm wasting my time, but all this work I've done so we can fix our family. You shouldn't have said that. Why not? It's the truth. Play? You didn't let me go outside. It felt like I was in prison. You had to learn your lesson. What lesson? You really shouldn't have said that. I don't think we should continue talking about this. I want to focus on happy memories today. You are my good and happy daughter, Nima. She speaks as if she is reminding herself who you are, but the tone is clearly suggesting that you've begun to wander off the script she's set out for you. What lesson, Mom? Don't get all righteous with me, as if it's my fault that we ended up like this. You're the one who betrayed my trust. You're the one who put this entire experiment in jeopardy. I was ready to forgive you for us to go back to the way things were, but it seems you're too spiteful to move on. You're not Nima. Nima would never act like this. Nima would never question me like this. That's it. It's time for bed. Your mother grits her teeth to hold herself back from speaking further. Roughly, she picks you up by your arms and hauls you back to your room. She deposits you across the threshold of the door, and then quickly closes the door behind you. You hear her voice muttering something about controlled stimulus as she stomps away from the door and begins ascending the stairs out of the basement. You messed up. Pushed her buttons too much. She doesn't love you anymore. You banish the errant thought from your mind. After the interrogation today, you want for nothing else but the comfort of the bed. You find yourself awake in bed. There are heavy weights on your arms. You try to wiggle, and your arms push against a series of tight ropes that bind you still. I told you, she doesn't like failure. Your mother enters the room, wiping a small steel pick with an antiseptic tissue. You're awake. I didn't use enough anesthesia. You try to scream, but you discover your mouth is gagged. That's fine, you won't need it. She leans over you, placing her knee on your stomach to pin you and gripping your face with a clawed hand. The pick inches closer to your eye. Don't blame yourself. It's my fault, really. Something must have went wrong with the procedure for you to come out like this. She begins to caress your cheek. Her hands are trembling ever so slightly. But that's okay. There's always next time. You feel the blade scrape past your socket and push out into the nerves of your brain. Your life terminates with a pop as she severs your brain in half. Suddenly it's dark. Dark, cold, endless, and utterly serene. You spend an eternity in this darkness until a familiar voice. Nima, is that you? All right, then. Maybe we could have done something a little differently there. Maybe we could have fooled her. All I did was reference her work. Should I have played dumb? Intriguing. I will really enjoy coming back to this. I might watch some other videos online to see how other people's play went. I got to learn a bit about the character, and exploring our brain was really fun. I don't know if I got an early bad end, or if that's the intended flow of the demo. I think I've seen screenshots of Nima in the bathroom looking at the mirror. So it's very possible that I got cut short. We'll have to come back to this, but not right now. I think it's poor form to play something in a visual novel style immediately after you've played it the first time. I don't want to be too hungry for other routes immediately. I don't want to treat my decisions as a mistake. But that's a really cool game. I'm looking forward to that developing some more. So that's a free demo available now on Steam. There is no listed release date on the store page. The developer is Ho Games, HO exclamation games. Yeah, there are screenshots from the store page that show Nima in the bathroom. So it might be that I fell short an area that I could get to. But anyways, I'll be looking out for more of that.